Choose her a name she will answer to. Call her green and the winters cannot fade her. Call her green for the children who have made her. Little green, be a gypsy dancer. To California, hearing that everything's warmer there. So you write him a letter and her eyes are blue. He sends you a poem and she's lost to you. Little green, be a nonconformer. Just a little green, like the color when the spring is born. There'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow. Just a little green, like the nights when northern lights perform. There'll be icicles and birthday clothes, and sometimes there'll be sorrow. Child with a child pretending, weary of lies you are sending home. So you sign all the papers in the family name. You're sad and you're sorry, but you're not ashamed. Little green, have a happy ending. Just a little green, like the color when the spring is born. There'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow. Just a little green, like the nights when northern lights perform. There'll be icicles and birthday clothes, and sometimes there'll be sorrow. Born with the moon in Cancer, choose her a name she will answer to. Call her green and the winters cannot fade her. Call her green for the children who have made her. Little green, be a gypsy dancer. Kelly green, be a gypsy dancer.
Thank you. A short while ago I was in London, and knowing my duties as a songwriter abroad, I was supposed to come back full of all sorts of songs about, being a colonialist and colonial and all. And all sorts of reports on the latest activities of the Queen and everything in my songs. So I did all the usual tourist things and went around Piccadilly Circus in a red double-decker bus with no driver on the top. And finally figured out how to tip a British cabbie without insulting him. It's hard to figure out 10% of their money. It's hard to figure out their money. And I went to Hyde Park and I soaked up all sorts of speeches, black power speeches and white power speeches and flower power speeches and Irish power speeches, Catholic speeches and Protestant speeches, nannies and prams and lorries and wimpies. That's sort of a hamburger. They don't think it's funny, but Americans do. One night I took all the information that I had compiled on London, all of the atmosphere that I had compiled, and I sat down to write a song. Only somebody said, let's play Monopoly, and so we started to play Monopoly, and suddenly I found that I had moved, by drawing a chance card, to Mayfair Place. I was not to pass go or collect my 200 pounds, and there I was sitting, and there was a big red hotel on it, and bankrupted me. So Mayfair Place, that's English Boardwalk. It's that little blue one on the corner. Yeah. So I had to sit and wait till the game was over so I could join it again. And while I was sitting and waiting, I remembered all my British culture that I'd been soaking up. And I said, I'll write a song about England. And my friend Marcy, it was her flat that we were playing Monopoly in. And Marcy said to me, where did you live in New York? And I said, 41 West 16th Street. She said, I lived at 37 West 16th Street. And I said, no kidding, when did you live there? And she said, well, I left in April. No, I left in May. June, I left in June. I said, I moved in April. So we were neighbors there for 2 whole months, right smack dab up against each other, and never met until we went to England. This is a song about most girls who've come to New York City. Didn't write about England at all, after all. Marcy in a coat of flowers stops inside a candy store. Reds are sweet and greens are sour, still no letter at her door. So she'll wash her flower curtains, hang them in the wind to dry, dust her tables with his shirt, and wave another day goodbye. Marcy's faucet needs a plumber, Marcy's sorrow needs a man. Red is autumn, green is summer, greens are turning and the sand. All along the ocean beaches stares up empty at the sky. Marcy buys a bag of peaches, stops a postman passing by. And summer goes, falls to the sidewalk like string and brown paper. Winter blows up from the river, there's no one to take her to the sea. Marcy dresses warm, it's snowing, takes a yellow cab uptown. Red is stop and green's for going, sees a show and rides back down. Down along the Hudson River, past the shipyards in the cold, still no letters being delivered, still the winter days unfold. Like magazines fading in dusty gray attics, and sailors make a dream back to summer, and hear how he tells her, wait for me. Marcy leaves and doesn't tell us where or why she moved away.
Red is angry, green is jealous. That was all she had to say. Someone thought they saw her Sunday window shopping in the rain. Someone heard she bought a one-way ticket and went west again. Speaking of London, we were somewhere there. While I was over there, oh, I don't need that one. While I was over there, I picked up a little song about London and a little information about London. Apparently, London Bridge is actually falling down. That's not, just a nursery rhyme. It really is falling into rack and ruin. And what they do with their points of historic interest when they're falling into rack and ruin is to rent them out to people, and all they have to do is keep it reasonably clean, the castle or whatever it is that they're renting, and memorize like who sent the silverware and who belonged to the drapes, and Louis that and Henry that, and take people through their living rooms on Sunday afternoons. So now London Bridge is truly falling down, and they've put it up for sale. And I got to thinking a whole lot about who should buy it and what would happen if certain people bought it, and certain things would be drastic. But if the Beatles bought it and painted it bright fuchsia and had the same people who painted their Rolls Royce with flowers all over it, and also their gypsy caravan with the little steps up the back and the two fine matched Clydesdale horses who aren't painted, just the caravan is, to paint the bridge, it might be kind of fun in London. Falling down, say the people in my town. They're the ones who bring it down. That's true, they've been for centuries walking by it and saying, London Bridge really is falling down, Poor thing, just fell down in shame. My fair lady, oh. Now maybe if someone would encourage it a little bit. London Bridge is falling up. Say the tea leaves in my cup. The cup is cracking up. My fair lady, oh. I have to get a Pyrex one. London Bridge is up for sale. Whose heads put my friend in jail? Money on bail, my fair lady, oh. Sure would have liked to have bought that bridge. Couldn't let him go to jail. If the bridge belonged to me, I would serve you tarts and tea. Smiles, that's all the tolls would be. No grouchy people would get across at all. My fair lady, oh. On the bridge there stands a car. painted with peculiar flowers. It's the Beatles, it's not ours. I guess they're looking at the bridge. They buy it. My fair lady, oh. London Bridge is falling down. Something like that. London Bridge is coming down. Coming down on London Bridge. Ice cubes melting in my fridge. They always do. English fridges are terrible. They're always melting things, and ice cubes are dripping all over the floor. The vegetables are all rotten. And your friend turns to you in your very British way, and she says, "You know, I only paid £2 for this. It smells a bit peculiar, doesn't it? But don't you think?" "Well, we can serve it anyway," and she does. Coming down on London Bridge. Mutton rotting in my fridge. Coming down. Little electronic music there for your pleasure. Coming down on London Bridge, my fair lady. Thank you so much. Have I ever played you my Coca-Cola commercial? Well, I have an unfinished song that I think is a natural Coca-Cola commercial because this is the day and age of psychedelics. Every newspaper will tell you that. Every magazine will tell you that. And I will tell you that. And this is a psychedelic song that would make a natural Coca-Cola advertisement. Really would, Joy. With few alterations. Down in the garden, under a leaf, she was smoking her keep and she was looking at stardom. Everything's bright as she draws on the pipe and the bowl glows redder. Things look better. Mars is a ruby, Saturn is sapphire, it burns with a blue fire, colors run through me. Loosen my thinking, they're flashing and blinking and always changing, rearranging. Ballerina, ballerina, move me through your crimson dances. Hair again, a red bandana, bring me down your silver trances. If it was a Coca-Cola commercial, you just have to do a few things to it, and it's natural. Down in the garden, under an oak, he was drinking his Coke and he was looking at stardom. Everything's bright as he draws on the pipe and the bowl glows redder. Things go better with Coca-Cola.
that's enough humor for this evening.
Michael wakes you up with sweets, he takes you up streets, and the rain comes down. Sidewalk markets locked up tight, and umbrellas bright on a grey background. There's oil on the puddles in taffeta patterns that run down the drain, in coloured arrangements that Michael will change with the stick that he found. Michael, from mountains, go we will go to. Know that I will know you. Someday I may know you very well. Michael brings you to a park, he sings and it's dark when the clouds come by. Yellow slickers up on swings, like puppets on strings, hanging in the sky. They'll splash home to suppers in wallpapered kitchens, their mothers will scold, but Michael will hold you to keep away cold till the sidewalks are dry. Michael, from mountains, go we will go to. Know that I will know you. Someday I may know you very well. Michael leads you up the stairs, he needs you to care, and you know you do. Cats come crying to the key, and dry you will be in a towel or two. There's rain in the window, there's sun in the painting that smiles on the wall. You want to know all, but his mountains have called, so you never do. Michael, from mountains, go we will go to. Know that I will know you. Someday I may know you very well. Someday I will know you very well.
Can you get me a glass of water, love? This is a song that I intended to be in swinging gospel 6/8 time. But to the best of my knowledge, I'm doing it in rather lumpy 3/4. Here it comes. I can see it coming like a vision.
Silver drums, rhythms that he hums, waltzing dolls that come when he calls. I don't know. Can I bring him love words to sing him like some foolish magi? I'll be gone, and words in a song won't even last till sunrise. Go tell the drummer man the time glass is out of sand. Ask him to understand and wait for me, and wait for me. Streets and parks, waltzes in the dark, lovers now, when time will allow an afternoon, the kind to believe in. Why am I leaving? I don't know. Distant places, just empty spaces, till we are together. But what can I bring? Time leaves me nothing. I wonder, will it ever? Go tell the drummer man the time glass is out of sand. Ask him to understand and wait for me, and wait for me. Silver birds fly away like words in the wind, and soon I'll be in another world, the land of without him. What's it about, this other world? Go tell the drummer man the time glass is out of sand. Ask him to understand and wait for me, and wait for me, and wait for me, and wait for me.
Are you rewinding, sir? Are you... Oh, you are? We're on the air? Oh, no. That always scares me. Air fright. Funny day, looking for laughter and finding it there. Sunny day, braiding wildflowers and leaves in my hair. Picked up a pencil and wrote I love you in my finest hand. Wanted to send it, but I don't know where I stand. Telephone, even the sound of your voice is still new. All alone in Carolina and talking to you. I'm feeling too foolish and strange to say the words that I had planned. Guess it's too early, 'cause I don't know where I stand. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Crickets call, courting
and their ladies in star-dappled green. Thickets tall until the morning comes up like a dream, all muted and misty, so drowsy now. I'll take what sleep I can. I know that I miss you, but I don't know where I stand. I know that I miss you, but I don't know where I stand. Send me chasing after feelings that I lost one day. Why befriend me when the brandy tells me what they want to say? Playing big protector is a grand disguise till you contradict yourself with brandy. Still no end to let me shrug and walk away. Silly grinning, tease and talk and promise of a kiss someday. I would put you out of mind if I were wise, but wisdom has no power over brandy. If I am, please pardon me and at my head sing an old song, sing one more foolish heart that's been misled. Take the points for winning and donate the prize, and keep right on a scoring with those brandy. This is a love song that actually was intended for a man to sing to a woman. I wrote it that way, and I decided I like to sing it anyway. It goes like this. Winter lady, where you going with your hair all soft and loose like snowing? Winter girl, December child, don't run away. Winter lady, walking sadly, does your lover treat you badly? Do you dream or wish on stars to hear him say, oh, winter lady, I won't hurt you, I won't cheat you, I won't desert you. Winter lady, you need lovin',
staring out your winter window at a silver sky. You know we've been two in a kiss upon a day before a spring. Winter lady, cry those crystal tears. He won't know what he's missed till love's too late. You've changed your mind, and it's my turn to sing. Oh, winter lady, I won't hurt you, I won't cheat you, I won't desert you. Winter lady, you need lovin', I need lovin' too. I need lovin' you. I was reading somewhere in some kind of rock and roll magazine, True Confessions of Bob Dylan, and I discovered a very interesting thing as he confessed for about 5 pages. One of the things that he confessed to was a song of his called Hard Rain, which was recorded by a lot of people and made him a lot of little royalty pennies. Was a song that he composed from leftover lines from about a dozen songs that he never finished, and he just sort of took all these leftover lines and threw them all together into one big song. So I kind of dug through my songwriting portfolio and found out that I had about 12 songs lying around that probably would never get finished, and I thought that would be a good way to use them up, just to sort of pull out all the best lines and weld them all together, and maybe it would be recorded by lots of people and bring in lots of those little royalty pennies. Well, as it turned out, the song hasn't been recorded by anyone. As a matter of fact, I had a lot of trouble with some of the lines, and I had to build them around a rock and roll rhythm. That's what you do to save a rotten lyric. And it goes like... And to give you an idea of how some of the things that I borrowed from unfinished songs evolved, there was one song that I started that was about a gambler, and it was called the Gambler Song, and it went... In a day or two, I'll be laying you odds. Well, my manager and my mother said that I shouldn't finish that song. So I still had that line just kind of lying around and not doing anything. And so that's one that I used. And I incorporated them all around a very basic kind of rock and roll-y plot. It's a story of a fellow named Mr. Blue who had a girlfriend who he treated very badly, and so eventually she left him and it served him right. And that's the plot. It goes like this. What's the story, Mr. Blue? Did she pull a rug from under you? Did she chop your dreams up 2 by 2 and kick them out the door? I could sympathize, you son, but pity words stick to my tongue, and sorry words have all been sung so many times before. Oh, Mr. Blue, you blew your chances long ago. Oh, Mr. Blue, you're blue, but acting like you didn't know. This is my favorite verse coming up now. Hang on one more day or two, then I promise I'll be laying you odds that she's found someone new. Why you stand around and rust? She don't need no part-time man with no part-time answer. Understand, she don't want an hour's fall of sand for a lifetime full of dust. Oh, Mr. Blue, you blew your chances long ago. Oh, Mr. Blue, you're through, but acting like you didn't know. This is my second favorite verse. It's full of all sorts of profound things. Mr. Blue, you missed the shot, didn't turn out quite the way you thought it would, I'll bet, 'cause you got caught out playing Donald Juan. someday when on the street you pass her house. You'll wonder why the grass looks greener on her lawn. Greener pastures, you know. Oh, Mr. Blue, you blew your chances long ago. Oh, Mr. Blue, you're through. Quit acting like it isn't so. Now comes the best part of all, and I didn't even write it. I borrowed it from an old Platters record, an old Platters platter. It goes like this. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Dye, Scooby-Doo. It always worked when they did it. Well, that's kind of a silly song, and this one's a little more serious. It's currently on the country hit parade, although I don't think it really is a country song, if you can classify songs. And as a matter of fact, it's number 13 with a bullet. That means it's moving up rapidly. It's by a fellow named George Hamilton IV. The song is by me, but he does it, with Chet Atkins and the whole Nashville chorus and the Carter family type and all sorts of people, and a recitation and electric rock and roll mandolin. But originally the song went like this. Oops. Didn't go like that at all. Went like this. Frost perched on the town. It hovered in a frozen sky, then gobbled summer down. When the sun turns traitor cold and all the trees stand shivering in a naked row, I get the urge for going, but I never seem to go. I get the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown and summertime is falling down and winter's closing in. I had a man in summertime with summer-colored skin, and not another girl in town my darling's heart could win. But when the leaves fell trembling down and bully winds did rub their faces in the snow, he got the urge for going, and I had to let him go. He got the urge for going when the meadow grass was turning brown and summertime was falling down and winter closing in. Give a cold, triumphant shout, and all that stays is dying, all that lives is getting out. See the geese in chevron flight, flapping and racing on before the snow. They've got the urge for going, and they've got the wings to go. They get the urge for pull the blankets to my chin. I lock the vagrant winter out and bolt my wandering in. I'd like to call back summertime and have her stay for just another month or so. But she's got the urge for going, so I guess she'll have to go. She gets the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown. People were here for the first show. Anybody? You were here for the first show. Well, due to the difficulty of taping and all these things, I'm going to repeat myself. 2 songs worth. But they're my favorite 2 songs to sing, and so I hope that they'll be your favorite 2 songs to listen to. One of them comes from a book called Henderson the Rain King. And I'm right in the middle of the book, and I left Henderson en route to Africa, saying, in an age when man can look down and see clouds and look up and see clouds, he shouldn't really be afraid or amazed by anything. And I liked the idea of that, and so I developed it into a song called Tune Your Guitar. Sound to you? This is a song called From Both Sides Now. Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. Clouds that wave, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at
life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. I've looked at life from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all.
I've just got to find, there's one of them that's doing funny things in there. Darn old tunings anyway.
Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. The seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. Child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. The seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet too slow, the circle's down. The seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and roving year is through, and the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round, and go round and round, and go round and round and round in the circle game. When morning comes to Morgantown, the merchants roll their awnings down. The milk trucks make their morning rounds in morning Morgantown. We'll rise up early with the sun to ride the bus while everyone is yawning, and the day is young in morning Morgantown. Morning Morgantown, buy your dreams a dollar down. Morning, any town you name, morning's just the same. We'll find a table in the shade and sip our tea and lemonade and watch the morning on parade in morning Morgantown. Ladies in their rainbow fashions, colored stop and go lights flashing, will wink as total strangers pass in morning Morgantown. Morning Morgantown, buy your dreams a dollar down. Morning, any town you name, morning's just the same. I'd like to buy you everything, a wooden bird with painted wings, a window full of colored rings in morning Morgantown. But the only thing I have to give to make you smile, to win you with, are all the mornings still to live in morning Morgantown. Morning Morgantown, buy your dreams a dollar down. Morning, any town you name, morning's just the same. Aren't you glad you came? Morning Morgantown.
This is a travel song. It's the only travel song that I've written, and it's what you might call a very idealistic kind of travel song. And the reason for that is that I wrote it before I ever traveled any place. It has a very idealistic kind of sing-along chorus that I would like to invite you to sing with, if you would like. And it goes like this.
See the stretching sun at dawn and wipe the stardust from his
last part of that was the chorus. And the part that I would like you to remember, if you don't know the chorus at all, which you probably don't, is a line that goes like this. Anything is what I've seen. And the cue word that you should look for comes just before that is been, and that's Canadian for been, in case you're wondering. Gambler's gold is meant for squandering, miser's silver is too hard. My gold lost, the sky goes wandering, silver is the drinking gourd. My silver is the drinking gourd. I was born to take the highway, I was born to chase a dream. Any road at all is my way, any place is where I've been. Anything is what I've seen. I've skipped on concrete, danced on cobble, stepped a pavement in the heat. I've seen where children crouched at marbles, made chalk circles in the street. Found a penny at my feet. I was born to take the highway, I was born to chase a dream. Any road at all is my way, any place is where I've been. Anything is what I've seen. Got one more chance. Now I know a road that winds forever through the land the rainbow's round. You cross the bridge from now till never. Take the first turn past the sun. Take the first turn beyond the sun. I was born to take the highway, I was born to chase a dream. Any road at all is my way, any place is where I've been. Anything is what I've seen. Thank you. This is a song with an Eastern influence, and it's called Eastern Rain. Rain comes from the east one night, we watch it come, to hang like beaded curtains till the morning sun. Water dripping from our clothes, you with raindrops on your nose. Ask me sadly, please don't go away now. Till the rain is done, I say I'll stay now. Rain outside, but inside we don't mind at all. Shadows by the fire slowly climb and fall. Kisses fade and leave no trace. Whispers vanish into space. The dawn will send me on a chase to nowhere. Why cry as if I were the first to go there? comes up from the east, we watch it come. And far away now rolls the ancient rain god's drum. You with daybreak in your eyes, afraid to speak, foretelling lies. I watch you search for some reply to lend me. But when the rain is done, there's no pretending. And I know I shouldn't be here. Yes, I know I should go home. But that eastern rain drones in my brain, and I'm so all alone, so all alone. Small town or in a small country sort of rural area where you had the freedom to walk out into the fields or into the forests or into a slough or whatever you like to walk into, and then you were suddenly transplanted and into a big city and expect to be a city person, you're bound to be full of contradictions and conflictions and things, because the city does funny things to you, and yet you still remember all of the wonderful things and the freedoms of the country. So you get people saying things like, I'm going to be a hermit, and I'm going to go off and I'm going to live in the woods, and I'm going to catch rabbits and cook them and stew them up, and I'm just going to be completely independent. And that's really hard after you've lived in the city for a while, no matter where you lived before, because you get used to cityfied things like escalators and cafeterias and supermarkets and things like that, and the local discotheque where everybody hangs out, right? You would miss the local gang if you tried to be a hermit. So people say all sorts of romantic things, and they try to identify with birds, and they say, wow, I wish I could have that kind of freedom. But it isn't really very realistic. That's what this song is about. I think I'll be all right on this one, thanks to it. Fly, silly seabirds, no dreams can possess you. No voices can blame you for sun on your wings. My gentle relations have names they must call me for loving the freedom of all flying things. My dreams with the seagulls fly out of reach, out of cry. I came to the city and lived like old Crusoe on an island of noise in a cobblestone sea, and the beaches were concrete, and the stars paid a light bill, and the blossoms hung false on their store window trees. My dreams with the seagulls fly out of reach, out of cry. the city and down to the seaside, to sun on my shoulders and wind in my hair. But sandcastles crumble and hunger is human, and humans are hungry for worlds they can't share. My dreams with the seagulls fly out of reach, out of cry. I call to the seagull who dives to the waters and catches his silver fine dinner alone, crying, where are the footprints that danced on these beaches, and the hands that cast wishes that sunk like a stone. My dreams with the seagulls fly out of reach, out of cry. This is a song about night in your favorite city, wherever that may be, and probably to be in the right frame of mood for it, you should think of yourself wandering in that city with no money to spend, maybe window shopping or just sort of looking at people or looking at all the free things. Not so much sitting in a club and looking at some crazy singer up on the stage. Probably peeking around the corner from the outside because you don't have enough money to go in. That's the right frame of mind for this song. Goes like this. Light up, light up, light up your lazy blue eyes. Moons up, nights up, taking the town by surprise. Nighttime, nighttime, day left an hour ago. City light time, must you get ready so slow? There are places to come from and places to go. Night in the city looks pretty to me. Night in the city looks fine. Music comes spilling out into the street. Colors go flashing in time. Take off, take off, take off your stay-at-home shoes. Break off, shake off, chase off those stay-at-home blues. Stay away, down to the crowds in the street. They go their way, looking for faces to greet, but we run on laughing with no one to meet. Night in the city looks pretty to me. Night in the city looks fine. Music comes spilling out into the street. Colors go flashing in time. Light up, light up, light up your lazy blue eyes.
taken the town by surprise.
Nighttime, nighttime, day left an hour ago.
City light time, must you get ready so slow? There are places to come from and places to go. Night in the city looks pretty to me. Night in the city looks fine. Music comes spilling out into the street.